The Supreme Court is back in session, denying to hear multiple cases, including President Obama's immigration orders. But the bigger picture is how the court will be affected by the presidential election. One America's Emily Miller has more from Washington.
Since Justice Antonin Scalia died last February, the Supreme Court here started its new term with only 8 justices. It's an even split between liberals and conservatives.
We need a court who's willing to stand up for our Constitution against a president that's just trying to grab all the power in the room.
President Obama's nominee for the Scalia seat, Judge Merrick Garland, is on hold. The Republican-controlled Senate has refused to hold confirmation hearings. They want the next president to nominate this lifetime appointee.
Now you could be switching one of those votes to the other side, and what would happen is you'd have a 5-vote liberal majority to just go down the line on a laundry list of liberal wish list items.
With the court evenly split for now, they are not taking on the most controversial issues. However, one important case will decide about a Missouri law on separation of church and state that has prevented this church school from getting public money to repair its playgrounds.
What we're going to have the Supreme Court decide is, does that violate the First Amendment, freedom of religion? If you say we have a generally applicable program that anyone can apply for in the state unless you're religious.
The Scalia absence makes the remaining conservatives that much more important. The longest serving is Justice Clarence Thomas, who celebrates his 25th anniversary on the High Court this month. Severino was a law clerk in the Supreme Court to Justice Thomas, and he is still her mentor.
Justice Thomas, in many ways, almost held Justice Scalia to a higher standard. I took an oath to the Constitution. I didn't take an oath to, some judge's opinion 10 years ago, 50 years ago, whatever. I have to fulfill my oath. But there's a lot of times when he has really set that high bar, and I think the court hopefully will continue shifting in that direction. A lot, of course, will ride on who the next Supreme Court justice is. I hope we might see someone who would be able to step into the shoes of Justice Scalia and carry on that legacy.
It's not just the Scalia seat that's at issue in the presidential race. Due to the age of some of the justices, the next president could decide up to 4 seats in the Supreme Court. So Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump could be determining the Supreme Court is liberal or conservative for the next generation. Emily Miller, One America News, Washington.